Hey, so it's been quite a long month and we've seen a lot happen in regard to the Online Safety Act. Like I said in the first video, which did extremely well by the way, so thank you so much for that, is that I wanted to watch all this unfold before I give you an accurate detail of where the UK could be going. And now a month later, we're in that position where we can finally say everything that's been happening, everything that's going to be happening, and what does this mean for the UK? Okay, so to give you a rundown, what is the Online Safety Act? Well, this was brought in by the UK to basically help children stop viewing explicit content or content which could be dangerous for them. But the way the UK went about it was the complete wrong direction. And in fact, some people see this as a completely different motive. So what did the UK actually decide to do? What did Starmer come in and actually say? Well, he said that it's a requirement for all websites with explicit content, with content which may not be mature for young people to view, to require some form of verification. Now, while the aim is great and, this is a problem, the execution is absolutely horrible. What I mean by this is that it's a requirement for people to give up their form of identification, whether that be a credit card, whether that be Face ID verification, or even your driving license, something to prove that you're over 18. Websites like Reddit, even Spotify, the other websites as well, all require and it's mandatory for them to have this data. So it's become an issue of privacy and data collection. This has led the UK in a massive circle. Is it good to have all this data in one place? What about these privacy concerns? But at the same time, is it all to protect the children? Well, that's what everyone's been discussing in the past month. In fact, the British people have come together as like a united kingdom, see what I did there, and have decided to use VPNs. Of course, the government saw that and thought, hell no, we are not allowing you to use VPNs because that goes against everything that we're trying to do. And so what's ended up happening is a massive surge in VPN usage. Now, this has led to the UK possibly banning VPNs as a whole. 4 hours ago, VPNs could face a permanent ban for people under 18. And what's so surprising about this article is that a lot of people actually agree with banning VPNs for people under 18. A new poll from YouGov found that 55% of UK adults were in favour of banning VPNs for under 18s. And of course, this is because they can access harmful digital content undermined by the technology. And to give you a insight into what a VPN is, because a lot of people actually get confused with it, it basically allows users to connect their devices to remote servers from various countries. So say you live in the UK, you can connect your phone all the way to America. Then it's tricking that device thinking, okay, this person's in America now, he's no longer in the UK. And so all the laws that apply over there are now seen as your phone. So that new Online Safety Act isn't actually being applied to you because your phone doesn't think you're in the UK. Banning VPNs for people under 18 now would also require additional information, some form of verification. So yet again, we're back in the same spot. You've banned these websites which require now your verification. Okay, so now people go and use VPNs to escape that. Okay, but now that requires verification. What do you do then? What the UK have done is that they've put everyone in the same basket. Everyone is in the same boat here, requiring some form of verification, some form of personable, identifiable information is what we call it in cybersecurity, where it's data which can be identified to you. Data which is only to you, such as a driving license, such as a credit card, such as face verification, such as your own, even your own finger. All of this information leads back to you. And so having that data stored in one place makes it a prime target. Proton VPN, which is popular here in the UK, surged by over 2,000%. And this is just telling the UK government, okay, well, look, the British people have found a different solution. Let's just add a verification method for that. But yeah, it's not looking good for having VPNs. This has led to a dire situation for the British public. The UK have access to all of this sensitive data, tens of millions of it, and so this has made it a prime target for hackers. This can lead to a catastrophic outcome. There's no other words to put it in because it's not good for anyone. That can lead to identity theft. That can lead to fraud. That can lead to, people spending on your credit card, people trying to impersonate you, fraud. It can lead to so many different areas, and yet it's all in one place. If you've seen recently, the government have decided to try and get access to Apple's cloud systems. And what I mean by that is that they want a backdoor in that system so they can have encrypted data based off the UK public. Data which Apple keeps very securely. They spend tens of billions of dollars keeping that private data secure. They take it very seriously. But the UK have come along and been like, hold up a sec, we need that data to have on the British public. It's actually come out earlier that Apple have completely said no. They've been very reluctant about doing this, putting their foot down, and it was actually very close to getting completely done. Literally just came out now, says the UK backs down in Apple privacy concerns. In December, the UK issued Apple with a formal notice demanding the right to access encrypted data from users worldwide. And what people have to understand here is Apple doesn't even have access to this themselves. It literally says here, Apple itself cannot view the data of customers who have activated its toughest security tool, advanced data protection, which prevents anyone other than the user reading their files. Basically meaning your files are your files only. No one can have a look at it. The UK trying to have access to all of this data is very dangerous. Like I said with the Online Safety Act, having that one place of just data collection is very dangerous. Coming in with Apple trying to get access to even more data of tens of millions, it's going to cause massive problems. What can we get from both of these different scenarios? Well, it's starting to link together. The UK going for data from the Online Safety Act, collecting that, then going after Apple to try and collect their data, it all leads to one place. The data of the British public. Personable, identifiable information, meaning your own secure information, which is meant for you and you only. What do you think about this? What do you think about the mass collection of private information? Okay, so now, how do we actually solve this? In the first video, I mentioned an easy solution about the Online Safety Act and how that websites can easily be blocked through the provider's Wi-Fi. It's literally a 10-second process to block websites on your phone to prevent children from looking at explicit content. It's really not that difficult. Yet a lot of parents refuse to do this. And this comes through accountability as well. There needs to be some form of accountability for parents as well. Yes, there's emphasis on the government. I'm not saying there isn't, but it has to be a mixture of both sides. This reliance of the government doing all the work for them, it shouldn't be a thing. The parents need to take some accountability and actually put blockers in place to prevent the children from viewing this content. I tried to nail it in the first video, because all of this would be completely gone. There wouldn't be need for verification methods if parents were doing their jobs of already protecting their children. Point fingers all we want at each other all day, every day, but at the end of the day, we're all on the same island. The UK is not that big, we're all on the same boat, and so it's not going to lead to anywhere if we keep trying to find different solutions. Looking at a month ahead, the Online Safety Act is in full go, and it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. In my last video, I talked about other countries adopting a similar method, which seems to be a case. Places like Australia, other places as well, Ireland as well. It doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Where is your head about this? Do you think, in the past month, has this really made a big difference to you about how you use these different websites like Reddit, Twitter, even Spotify, or even YouTube now, I believe? Has this made a big difference to you? Let me know in the comments, and that's it for this video.